What's up, y'all? I'm Ant.
And I'm Christian, and
Yes.
we're back again with another episode of the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. Let's
What
fucking get it.
episode are you on? Like nine at this point?
I lost count at this point.
I did too, man. We're supposed to keep count because on episode 100, you're supposed to do something.
Just keep count, but I'm here, I'm staying, so
Staying alive.
we're good.
Um, so we're celebrating Christmas early because we both are interested in the holiday. Um, for those who don't celebrate, I don't give a fuck. It's cool. I don't celebrate
I,
Hanukkah, but I still represent
I
peace.
understand if you're religious, but celebrating Christmas is just not celebrating Christmas is just crazy to me.
I think it's like it was funny because the kid at work is older, like probably like seventh grade, and they're like mentors, so they come down and teach. And the girl's like talking to me,
Mentors.
and she goes, something about how like, oh, talking about Santa, I don't believe in all that shit. I'm like, Santa's real, all that shit. And so she's like, kind of weirdly comes down the chimney. And I'm like, well, because back in the fucking day, I'm like, the kids weren't allowed to have the toys. And so what else was he supposed to fucking do? I told this whole big ass like rant. And she was just like, didn't give a fuck. And I was just very upset that she questioned the purpose of Santa coming down the chimney, man.
Oh man, these kids, man.
These
Santa's the
kids,
goat. Santa's the goat, though.
St. Nicholas. So we are here to talk all about Christian. Everybody loves Raymond. Well, today everybody is going to love and learn about Christian.
Oh,
Alliteration, love and learn. I'm
oh
a teacher,
shit. So
folks.
that's what this episode's about. All right, so it's like, is this gonna be like what, like a Q&A, like an interview on me?
Pretty much, it's gonna be all about you.
Okay, so let's start the end. I guess this is an interview.
This kid's a fucking straight up G. Cause you like get all excited, you pump me up. Fist
Hell
bump.
yeah.
Boom, you're like, yes, I get to talk about me, my favorite part of the day. Okay,
Oh shit.
Christian. So we've talked obviously off air about, wrestling and stuff
Right.
like that. So I got some questions for you to start things off, okay?
Cool.
Um, and I'm gonna give you my best Peter Jennings and Walter Cronkite here. And let me go back here because I was looking up the term mollywopped earlier.
Mollywop.
Mollywopped. All right. So these are going to be, I'm going to throw some basic questions at you. I'm going to throw some personal questions at you. It's going to be a mix of both.
Hell yeah, man.
Since
Go
this
for it.
is a wrestling podcast, I'm going to start off with asking you like one or two wrestling questions. Okay.
Go
So
ahead.
this one's customary, pretty simple. Uh, Give me, let me get a little bit trickier. Your top three favorite male and female wrestlers currently.
My top three male wrestlers currently, starting at number three, I will have to go with Seth Rollins. I've been a huge Seth Rollins fan, since his NXT days, really. It's been awesome watching him, you know, first turning on the Shield, turning heel, babyface, having his WrestleMania or Royal Rumble match with Roman. Um, so I would put Seth at number three. Number two, I know he's hurt right now. But I'm gonna say Randy Orton. Because I've been a huge Orton fan since I was a kid. I think he's played any single role he's been told to play. I think he's played it phenomenal, and he's just a legend. Like I said, I've been watching him since I was a fucking kid. So I would put Orton. Number one is the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns.
Pause before you go on about Roman. Which version of Orton do you
Legend
like
killer.
best? Legend Killer? So like original when he
Hell yeah.
came out, like giving me an RKO
Hey,
to like start
nothing you can say. Nothing's
nothing's
gonna
gonna
change
change
what
what
you've
you've
done
done
to me.
today.
That's my favorite Randy
Now it's
Orton.
time to shine.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's my
That's
favorite Randy
I
Orton.
grew up with that Randy Orton. Him versus
Yeah.
Cactus Jack. I mean,
So
damn,
I
I
love
miss
Randy
those
Orton. And then
days.
number one will be excuse me, Roman Reigns. Like I said about Seth Rollins, I've been watching them too since they debuted. Kind of since their NXT days, we know Roman Reigns is part of the famous Samoan family. So I love Roman Reigns, just, he's battled, leukemia. Uh, he's been gone for a while and, he's back. He's been on top of the world for the last 2 years. So those are my top three male, and then my top three female. I'll start with number three. I'm gonna say Charlotte Flair. Um, as much as I've talked my shit on her throughout, this podcast, I definitely think she's a really good worker. Not I know she gets a lot of things about, her being Ric Flair's dad, but I think
Ric
she's a good
Flair's
worker for
dad, Ric
sure.
Flair's
Ric
daughter.
Flair's daughter, holy fucking shit, I'm
Okay,
stupid.
so Charlotte Flair's Ric Flair's dad. That is pretty cool. She is such a beautiful
Oh
man.
my God. Number two, I'm gonna say, ooh, um, who would I put at number two? That's a good question. I'm gonna say shit. I'm gonna say Shayna Baszler, and I'm gonna tell you why I put her at number two. I followed her since her MMA days, like when she first came on like the Ultimate Fighter. So I've been a huge Shayna Baszler fan. I'm a martial artist myself, so I like everything she does. I like her style of wrestling very, very well. So I'm gonna say Shayna Baszler, and then at number one, Becky Lynch. I've loved Becky Lynch since again she's debuted in WWE. Her NXT days, I've loved her. I love when she's heel babyface. She plays it so well. She's entertaining on the mic.
Which
She
is your
makes the best
favorite?
promo.
If you had to if you were in charge of booking and you had to book Becky, right, for
Right.
2023, do you book her heel or babyface?
I book her babyface. I mean, she's kind of like Seth Rollins. If you try to book her heel, the crowd's just gonna like her.
Yeah, man, she's awesome.
She's kind of heel right now, and she's babyface at the same time because the crowd likes her. So it's like I would put Becky Lynch babyface.
Okay. Okay. Next question. Which big four pay-per-views, so that's Mania, SummerSlam, Rumble, Survivor Series, is your favorite and the one you look forward to? I think I know this answer, but I don't know if other people do. I think you told me.
SummerSlam. WrestleMania is obviously the biggest party of the year. I love WrestleMania. I look forward to it every year. The Royal Rumble, yes, I look forward to every year. Too many spoilers, though. Um, the reason I say SummerSlam is because it's like the WrestleMania of the summer. I mean, you're in the summer, it's August, it's SummerSlam, you know, cool shit happens at SummerSlam. We saw, John Cena come back at SummerSlam. We saw Lesnar. So I think SummerSlam's probably the most big.
Plug. Check out WWE's is it called Best of or like whatever? Or no, this is awesome. They have like a whole like best SummerSlam moments on that, and that
Oh
was actually
shit.
pretty cool. I
I
I
love
want
SummerSlam.
I did a whole SummerSlam like list of like matches and shit,
Oh shit.
but I was like agitated because I was gonna recap the This Is Awesome, but I had already covered everything that they covered, so it was kind of like
Mm,
SummerSlam's really cool, dude.
I love SummerSlam, man.
Randy's and even like the matches too at SummerSlam, like Bret Hart and Mr.
Hell
Perfect,
yeah.
Owen and Bret, Stone Cold and fucking Taker, Stone Cold and fucking Angle, like so many fucking bangers. I mean, yeah, dude,
But
I
WrestleMania's,
appreciate.
don't get me wrong, WrestleMania's.
I like WrestleMania, but I feel like it's not as important anymore. It used to be the granddaddy of them all. It used to be like
Right.
what we watch. This is what we wait all year for. These are the matches that people want to see, that everybody was on the same page with, like maybe I was because I was a kid watching that stuff, I maybe had these thoughts, but I just feel like wrestling fans aren't on the same page with what we want nowadays.
I
Whereas
agree.
back then, like everybody wanted Rock versus Austin, everybody
And
wanted to
they
see
gave
that.
it to us.
Yeah. Now it's like, again, I talked about this in our last episode. And I don't hate on it, but it looks like they're going to do Lesnar and Gunther at Mania, which I get. But if you've booked Lashley and Lesnar pretty much this whole year, you're making the main event match at Raw. Obviously, Lesnar's involved. Rollins is talking about him during the match, like Brock's stronger than you. Like, why aren't you going to make that happen at your biggest show of the year? Like, that's what I do. And I get they're thinking Lesnar and Gunther big behemoths, but like for me, I'm all about story. I do like the wrestling too, don't get me wrong. That's what I like watch to see. But sometimes, especially at WrestleMania, you need to have a purpose and a reason, and every match needs to matter. And if there is going to be a random match on the card, make it make sense. Since there's two manias, I feel like it kind of fucked everything up. I know
I
you, I
kind of
think some
don't
people like it.
like. I don't like
Good.
the two manias. I
Me
don't like the
either.
two manias. You know, I like the two I don't like the two manias, but I do like the mania being on a Saturday instead of a Sunday.
Too. Me too. It gives you time to watch. I'm like all up in the fucking.
No, yeah,
That's
you're
better.
good.
It gives you time to watch and like then watch again if you want.
Right.
Um, I also got to say this. I didn't mind the Ring of Honor pay-per-view being on at 4 o'clock.
Whoa, I did.
You didn't?
Yeah? That's the middle of
Why?
the day.
I
Why the
get
fuck
it.
do I want to watch a pay-per-view in the middle of a Saturday?
Okay,
And it's
listen.
Ring of like I don't know. My thing was
But think of it. What if it was WWE? What I mean is like,
no,
would you?
because I really don't when they do Crown Jewel or when they do like all those shows that are like in another
What if it
country,
started at like 6?
well, I guess because that's kind of when the kickoff shows only start at 7. So
If it
fuck it.
started at 6, I honestly think
Not
I
the
got
pay-per-view, the kickoff show maybe, and the pay-per-view start at 7. Maybe
see.
push everything an hour back, but I think 8 o'clock's a good start time because you got to think about it. They start Monday Night Raw, they start NXT, they start
But you gotta
SmackDown.
remember, back in the day, like I'm just sort of like tired of these long ass shows that
Oh my
have
God, I
no
know.
meaning. You know what I'm saying? Like
No, absolutely, especially with
my friend is turning into Tyler right now. This is retribution. Tyler is laughing somewhere. Um, so things are going so good. And I think what Christian is about to say is that I don't know what we're talking about, guys. I have a weird problem, folks. Oh, he's back. Hi.
sorry, I don't want this to be like what happened with Tyler the other day. My power went out earlier and I thought everything was fine. We were recording good, but we're back. Uh, Um, but my thing with AEW is like, and I don't want to get into too much about AEW, but have you watched any of the AEW pay-per-views? Like actually
Yeah.
watch them live?
Well, I really don't watch the pay-per-view. I mean, it depends on what, but like I don't normally watch them
Okay,
live. But I do
so
know like they're fucking long.
that I'm getting into that. So I've been watching AEW's pay-per-views since the very first, I want to say, the very first. I think it was All Out. It was before it was no All In. It was called All In before they called it All Out. It was All In. I watched All In, and I didn't think it was too bad. But like I thought it was long, but like I was like, okay, like they're just this is one of their first pay-per-views. Maybe they're whatever. 3 years later, I just watched Full Gear. The pay-per-views start at 8 o'clock and they last till 1 in the fucking morning. And they throw matches literally the night before. We have paper. I don't understand why they fucking do that shit. And it pisses me off because they'll throw stupid little matches on Rampage like Darby Allin, like they did with Darby Allin and Kyle O'Reilly. Or they'll just throw these stupid like Darby Allin and Sting versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Garrett, whatever the fuck happened at Full Gear. Like they throw these stupid little bullshit matches in the minute or the hour before the fucking show starts, and it fucks everything up and it makes the show 10 times longer. No one wants to see those stupid matches. We want to see the championship matches. We want to see the matches that have the storylines in it if they don't involve championships, and we want to see our main event. We don't give two shits about Darby Allin and Sting versus Jeff Jarrett and fuck Jeff Jarrett, whatever the fuck his old ass name is. He needs to fucking retire. And Jay Lethal. Like I don't care. Like I don't care. Get rid of the fucking triple tag team titles. No one cares about that. They're just throwing these stupid pointless matches in these things. So I understand what you're talking about pay-per-views, like big shows, because yeah, I just
I just
fucking
feel like quality over quantity. Like, give me fucking 5.
AEW gives us matches that we want, but it's like
No,
they're
but I
never
mean more
good.
like I'd rather see like 5, like not even like maybe 6 5-star matches than 10 3-star. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just give me fucking, I don't know. Not every pay-per-view needs to have every single wrestler on the show. And you're smiling about something.
I'm
He's
smiling
looking at
about
Mandy
something.
Rose's website.
I'm not looking at. I would
Damn.
never pay for that
Why?
because I don't. WWE has posted the same exact fucking pictures she probably is posting. So why the fuck is she even fired in the first place?
Well, weren't we fighting about this yesterday, Christian? Because WWE. I was arguing the whole time yesterday. You were defending, not defending it, but you're like, well,
I know
WWE.
she hasn't gained money off of it. I know, but I'm agreeing with you on she
You've
shouldn't have
come
been
to
fired.
the light.
Excuse me.
So let's get to know you a little bit more. Um, all right. So you're a wrestling fan,
Of course.
obviously. You are a big AEW fan because you obviously cover our AEW Dynamite recaps and all that fun stuff.
Yes, sir.
You're a WWE fan.
Yes, sir.
If you had to choose,
Don't
all right.
I don't think I think I know where this is going.
Well, if like one company has to go away next year, which one would you be okay with leaving?
Whoo!
Like, let's say one company is like, all right,
So you're basically asking which one I think's better.
well, which one could you do with? Could you not live without? Yeah, pretty much, because one would be done forever, pretty much.
It's gonna break my heart to say this, but I'm gonna have to choose AEW. You know, you can't get rid of fucking WWE. You just can't. WWE's been around forever. WWE is the biggest wrestling company in the world.
Even if
All
Vince
the
McMahon came back,
Even if Vince McMahon came back. Even if Vince McMahon, you gotta think about it, man. AEW's only been around for 3 years. Um, their ratings don't go up; they go down, really. A lot of these guys, like CM Punk, that come back, like they come from WWE and they come to AEW. They, I don't know. I love AEW to death, but I just don't see any value. They don't give those guys value as much as they talk about. Like for example, what the fuck are they doing with Big Show and Mark Henry? What the fuck are they doing with them?
what
I
can they really do though?
Okay, but have you heard anything about them doing anything behind the scenes? Like, what did they sign to AEW for? Well, Mark Henry does that little rampage. It's time for the main event. But like, my point is, like, they don't use these guys. Like, they don't use
I
any.
get it. Yeah.
Like, they could
What
be
I
using
was
them for like
surprised
back
with,
helping help. Excuse, I'm sorry to cut
no,
you
go ahead.
off. But
No,
they could
go
be
ahead.
they could be helping these guys some of the younger guys. Like I know you have veterans in the locker room like Jericho, Danielson, and all these guys, but like even guys that aren't in-ring talents that have had the in-ring talents that were fucking good, like Henry and Big Show, they
Mhm.
could definitely train. Even I know Regal went back to WWE, but even when Regal was in AEW, he could have. I don't think he should have been doing anything on screen. Again, perfect behind the scenes. Um, but WWE is bigger. WWE is a way bigger company. I just couldn't see. You know, there being AEW and no WWE. That just I hate to say it because again I'm AEW for life, but I just
Um,
I'm just a part of me wants to think that they're gonna become like what a part of me wants to think that like it's just gonna be a whole rerun of WCW. But like I don't want to believe it because I don't want AEW to get canceled like WCW did.
Well, I was surprised,
But
speaking
it's
of like Henry
close.
and Big Show, when I went to the AEW show,
Excuse me.
I didn't realize like when they came out, they didn't play their music for them. They didn't say they were
Oh
coming
wow.
out. They just walked out and
Wow.
sat. And my friend who went to a show like couple weeks before was like, yeah, and he was like, they don't do any like entrance. They just come out and sit down and they're just there. And I was surprised because, they're the Big Show and Mark Henry. And their Broken Skull session series recaps, say that 3 times fast,
is in the archives. Both of those episodes, The Big Show and Mark Henry, are there, so you can check that out. All right, couple more
What do you
questions
think
for you.
about, real quick, before you ask me one more question
Mhm.
before we take our first break? What do you think about Sasha going to New Japan?
I'm happy for her. They did say that she did come to terms of her release in the summer. It said per Fightful, so like she's definitely done with WWE. It's good for her. I'm happy for her that she's doing that. She said she wants to go to Mexico as well and compete down there. So listen, anybody who can leave, go somewhere else, learn something new, teach them something new, come back. Like I'm all good for wrestling. I'm a bit, I
Right.
will probably watch. I will be interested to see what she does. I will be looking forward to see that. But I'm not really. I'm a Sasha Banks fan, but I'm not like
I'm not crazy for her, dude,
Question
at
for
all.
you before we take a break. They are saying that you are not to miss SmackDown tomorrow night. Someone who works with Bray Wyatt said this. Something's gonna happen. Maybe they're just trying to get viewers, and because viewership for Raw hasn't been too good lately. But what do you think about that? What do you think is gonna happen, if anything? Less than a minute, too, brother.
You put me in a tough spot because, like I've said before, they're doing such a good job with the story about Bray Wyatt. I just don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. And
Mm.
we get closer every single week, and they keep dropping more hints, and it's like I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. They're doing good with the story. They got me.
Well, we'll talk because Alexa Bliss tweeted something. We'll talk about that in a minute when we come
Oh,
back.
okay.
We'll be back. Stay tuned. Getting to know Christian, and
Yeah.
we'll be back. Yo, we're back. Back. Backity, backity, back. Look at Frosty go. So we're talking to Christian, getting to know him a bit more, and learning about his WWE and AEW likes and all that fun stuff. But question for you, sir. I was just talking about Bray Wyatt, and Alexa Bliss tweeted something out that was like, what just happened? So she is playing the role of, I don't know what's going on. I felt like she did that before. So what do you think of? Do you think this is a good idea having Alexa
No.
be a part of this? Why
No.
not?
Um, dude, that heel character she had when she was like Raw Women's Champion in like 2018 and shit. Like when she won Money in the Bank like before that, dude, she was a fucking bomb ass heel. She was such a good heel. She was really good on the mic. She made the championship fun to watch. She was a good wrestler. She had some good ass storylines. Um, so I just don't want her. to go back to that anything with Bray Wyatt. And if she's gonna do that, don't. Because my problem is like, I feel like if like she does like do something with Bray Wyatt, I feel like she's just gonna be like kind of like what Julia Hart is to like the House of Black, like their manager, like their bitch, their little ringside bitch. And I don't want that. Like I want to see Alexa Bliss compete. I want to see Alexa Bliss in the women's division main title run. Um, that's what I think about it.
Yeah, I agree. But I just wonder if I'm just thinking as you're talking, Braun Strowman used to be with Bray. What if they, I mean, he could really use something different now. I mean, this dude's just fucking rolling around in tight jeans,
Right.
monster among like Gunther is
He
scared of
needs a
him.
gimmick.
Like,
Braun
it's
Strowman
corny.
needs something. Braun Strowman has no gimmick. I don't look as much as I love Braun Strowman, I'm so happy they brought him back because he's such a good worker and he's fucking massive, but he's boring. I think that like I think that him being the monster among I think that shit's old. I think it's old. It's so old. Like I have videos of 2018 of me going to Raw and he was still the monster among like I think that
That's so
character is just
stupid.
old. I think it's just old. I think he just needs something else.
Respect, respect. All right, some more questions for you. This is gonna be a hard one. So I'll ask you for two because sometimes one is hard to do. What are your top two favorite WrestleMania moments?
Hmm. Um, number two, I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins cashing in. Didn't expect that. First time the Money in the Bank was cashed in at Mania. Uh and he did it right and he did it just like it should have been, the biggest it was a really, really good main event between the two big stars, Roman and Brock. Um, you know, it was just very, very well played out, I thought. And number one, holy fuck. I'm going to say holy fuck. I'm gonna say WrestleMania 23 ladder Money in the Bank match where Jeff Hardy did that leg dive on the ladder. Because Hardy's my favorite wrestler, like he's in my top three favorite wrestlers of all time. When I was a kid, I loved Jeff Hardy when I was a fucking kid. Holy shit, he was my favorite wrestler actually of all time. I scratched that. My favorite wrestler of all time is probably Jeff Hardy.
Right, talk about that for a minute as I die. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying my favorite wrestler of all time probably is Jeff Hardy. I looked up to Jeff Hardy so much. I didn't know he was, had some drug issues. Like I remember watching like the whole TNA and Sting thing at Victory Road 2011. I didn't know Jeff Hardy was on
That was
drugs.
fucking strange.
I know, but
Here's the
I
thing.
love Jeff Hardy to death.
Growing up as a kid, and any kid growing up can identify with the Hardy Boys, but as a kid, 7 years old in 2000, 8 years old in 2001, turning 10 and well, I was like turning 10 in October of 2002. Like Jeff
Damn, you
Hardy,
were turning 10 right when I was born.
yeah, Jeff Hardy was the fucking man.
Right,
I'm not saying that
right.
like, he came extreme. Like Lita, Matt, and Jeff, you wanted to fucking be them or be friends
Hell
with.
yeah. Hell yeah. Why do you, yeah, the Hardy Boys are the reason why we all like to wrestle our younger brothers. They are the reason why we like to do backflips. Why do you think every time we jump off the fucking diving board, Swanton bomb? Like
Like
those guys are like, everyone loves the fucking Hardy Boys.
the
Come on
Hardy
now.
Boys, they're the shit. But I feel like my thing is this is my personal opinion, and you're like, shut up here.
but I think they're at a point where they need to stop and just sort of like do some backstage stuff for like
Oh,
Matt
I'm not
Hardy.
disagreeing with you.
Matt Hardy does not look like I saw him on the Battle Royal or whatever the fuck it was that he was in, and I'm just like Matt Hardy looks blown up. Like
Dude, when I watched Jeff Hardy, did you see the Jeff Hardy versus Darby Allin match?
no, I maybe was that the one like with the ladders? I mean, there's always ladders, Jeff Hardy,
Ridiculous. Jeff Hardy should not be doing that.
where he jumped off that big ass ladder,
Yes,
right?
he
Yeah.
should
Well, I
not be
mean,
doing that.
see, but
He
the thing
should
is,
not. Why do you think he does drugs? He should not be doing that because he's in pain. He should not be doing that. He should
mm,
not be doing a swanton bomb off that when he did the tag team match with the Hardy Boys and Sting. When Sting told him to jump and he jumped off the thing in the
yeah,
concession stand area. He
I
shouldn't be
remember that.
doing that. He shouldn't be doing any of
Random
that.
question for you. This
He
has nothing
looked
to do with Jeff
fucked.
Hardy.
And okay, one more thing. He
Good.
looked fucked up at Double or Nothing this year.
I don't remember.
Fucked up when they fought the Young Bucks. I
Yeah,
believe it was
that
Double
was
or
a
Nothing.
shame. That was a shame of a match because, and the thing is, they did it too late. If they did the Hardy Boys versus the Young Bucks in like 2016,
If Jeff Hardy wasn't under contract and they did it like when AEW first was a fucking thing, then maybe.
maybe, yeah. But it just was not.
But
It was
anyway,
not.
what were you gonna say? I'm sorry to cut you off.
This kind of has to do with Jeff Hardy, but in the sense of like, so you know the whole Matt Hardy, Lita, Edge, that whole. What do you think of that?
Matt Hardy. Oh my God, dude. You know what the crazy thing is that you fucking just brought that up that you asked me that? I was just listening to a podcast about it the other day.
Fate.
Man, it's a fucked up situation. I mean, we have, I thought it was a storyline. I didn't think it really happened back then. Um, it's crazy, Edge, Matt Hardy and Edge were best friends, and it just proves that you can't trust women, not just in general, but in the fucking pro wrestling industry. I mean,
Yeah, but what about Edge too? Edge was like going along with it, and that was his best friend.
no, I understand that, but Lita was lying to Matt Hardy's face. She, Matt Hardy was, they'd go out just as friends. Like they would every time Edge would text Lita, she'd like go away. I don't know. It's a
See,
fucked
I'd
up
be more
situation.
mad at Edge because I'll tell you why. A whore is gonna be a whore, right? Like, I mean, no offense, but like, a whore is gonna do whatever. But your friend who like you've known for years, I mean, that's like you can't like
Right.
Lita's. No offense, but I mean, Lita's not. Look at Lita, you don't see a put together, educated woman. No offense, she is. But like, when you see her, you see a beautiful, attractive lady who during that time period looked like a whore. And so, that's not
And John Cena called her out for being a whore.
so I mean, here's the thing. I like them all. I'm a big Lita and Edge and Matt Hardy fan. I think I
They had
remember
sex in my local arena.
you had a live sex celebration, right?
Yeah, that was in the Hershey Giant Center.
My mom yelled at me because she was like, "You're not watching that," because I was like, how old? Like 12. So here's the thing. I remember I went to a Raw in 2005. It was right before SummerSlam, right before the Matt Hardy and Edge match. And I remember I went to school that day, and my mom was home making signs for us. And one of the signs that I had that was made was Edge is a home wrecker. And I remember like we all were like into it. And I like when personal stuff is brought into the storylines because, we're not stupid. We know what's going on and
Absolutely.
very fun. All right, so let's move on. Right along. So this is interesting. All right, I'll ask you this one. What is your favorite faction of all time?
My favorite faction of all time.
The Pinnacle.
No. I'm gonna have to say these guys right here on my wall. Uh, Mr. Seth Franklin Rollins, Mr. Roman Reigns, and Mr. Dean Ambrose. I'm gonna have to say the Shield.
The Shield.
As many times as we saw them reunite, break up, and reunite again, they were so fucking dominant, bro.
They lasted for 2 years. The Shield.
I know, but
No, I feel no. I'm saying that's like they lasted for 2 years being dominant and like always.
I
You know,
fucking loved the Shield. The
they're
Shield's probably
sick.
my favorite faction of all time.
The Shield. Okay, I can respect that. I can respect that. The Shield's the bomb, man. I mean, when they first came out, they would come through the crowd and like
Hell yeah, that was awesome.
that was so sick, man. That was
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield. Dude, I
yeah,
used
I
to get
know that
so
was
happy.
I know. Eventually, the Hall of Fame, you're gonna hear that song. It's gonna happen. I mean, listen, business is business.
I
I don't
know.
think anybody hates anybody. I hope not. But
I
okay,
agree.
next question for you. What is your favorite wrestling finisher?
That's a good question. My favorite wrestling finisher. Sorry, I gotta kind of think about this one a little bit.
Go ahead, sir.
There's so many. Fucking shit. I'm gonna say the spear. Um, it's a very simple move. I'm a football player, so I like the way that move goes. You can hit it off anywhere. Someone can be jumping off mid rope. You can just hit the spear or the RKO.
Okay, spear RKO. I like the spear.
I think the
Spear's a good one.
RKO is one of the most smoothest finishers of all time. Especially like obviously Randy Orton. Like he does it so smooth. And he can do it out of nowhere. I definitely think the RKO is my favorite finisher for sure. That and the spear.
Have you ever met any wrestlers before?
No, I haven't like actually had a conversation, took a picture. No, I have not. I've never met any famous person actually.
Really?
Yep, never met a famous person.
Wow.
There
That's not bad. That's not bad.
There's not many famous people where I'm from, and there's not many too. I'm going to WWE Live. Hopefully, I take a picture with somebody, but because I'm sitting
Okay.
front row. But No, I've never met a wrestler. Sadly, I wish.
Who would be like
I've shook Riddle's hand and AJ Styles and Gallows, but never
who
met
would be the first wrestler that you would
Adam
meet?
Cole.
Adam Cole, that would be the first one.
Adam
And
Cole.
what would you say to him? Like, what would be the first thing you would ask him? Like, if you could ask him anything, what would you ask Adam Cole?
Well, I I'm from the city right next to him, so I'll probably ask him how I'm rivals. My high school and his high school were rivals. So I'll ask him, I'd be like, how was like high school that year back in the
Yo,
day?
you're such a fucking geek. Let me ask Adam Cole, how was high school? Like, what?
Well, you got to think about it. Like I said, I'm local. I'm from the same area he is. So like it's kind of different. Like for me, like I don't know. I don't know what I'd ask. I'd be really nervous to talk to Adam Cole.
My brother met Bret Hart, and what he has. The reason why
Oh shit.
I'm asking you this because it's pretty funny because it's pretty similar, and I'm not judging you at all. Like I think because I wouldn't know what to say either. My brother said to Brett, he was like, "So what's it like in Canada?" Which all the fucking things to
No
ask.
way.
Yeah. And my sister, my mom met Shawn Michaels because
Oh,
they went to because WrestleMania came to Connecticut, and my mom was like, you could either go to the show or you could do the access and meet the wrestlers. And so my brother got to meet dude, he had Owen Hart's autograph. Like my brother got to
that's
meet
awesome.
all of these people. And I like he doesn't
I
even
wanna
fucking I think he appreciates it, but he doesn't really talk about it. I'm like, dude,
I
you
wanna
fucking
go
met.
to a convention, but the lineups haven't been so good. They
I
do
know.
a local convention in Philadelphia. Not local, like an hour and 45 minutes away. We do a convention in Philadelphia, but I don't know if it's really worth it this year. It's in
Okay.
this month.
This is gonna be kind of fun and corny, okay? I'm just gonna throw this at you, okay? You've just been offered a WWE contract with full creative control.
Ooh,
What is your wrestling name?
my wrestling name.
Yo, I can't. The dragon. That's the fucking dragon.
Mm, my
Loney has a first
it'd
name.
be Chris. Definitely I'd have Chris in there. Not my name because I'm not having WB own my name. Or any company own my name. Um Probably Chris or my real name at least. Like my government. Chris. Oh shit. Fuck.
It's hard, right?
It is so hard. Probably Chris.
Chris the Killer.
Chris, like,
Chris Lee. Didn't you do
ooh.
see? Didn't you do like martial arts? See?
That's a good one. Yeah, Chris Lee.
See?
That's
Brother,
one right there. That's a
come
fucking
on.
good one.
Come on.
That's such a good one.
Dude, I could be a fucking WWE. Come on. Okay. You see, I get you. Dude, come on. All right. Are you a heel or a face?
Heel.
Sick. You're like me. I'm a heel all the way
I'm a
too.
heel.
I like the heels. Okay. What is your finisher?
Uh, oh my god. I know this. Hold up.
Dude, oh, he's gonna fucking actually perform it for us. This is okay. This
So
is
this is
awesome.
the face,
Okay.
right? I'm gonna
Okay.
super kick you, and you're gonna go down to your knees.
Okay.
So
I
this
with this.
this is the face, right?
Okay.
He's on his knees like this, and it's a super kick behind the head like that. So it looked like this. And he'd be down, roll
I
over,
cannot. This is
1, 2, 3.
what a fucking episode
So
these
again,
fans are getting
he's
tonight.
on his face. It would look like this. Super kick to the back.
We're
So it'd be like super kick to the back,
okay.
roll over, 1, 2, 3.
So it'd be
Ding,
like
ding,
a kick
ding.
to the face, a kick to the back, pinfall.
Like a kick to the stomach, so he falls on his knees, and then like basically what Adam Cole does, but with my knee, not my leg.
Okay, I see. Okay.
So the Panama Sunrise, but with my knee,
You've
not
been
my
thinking
leg.
about this. You literally have been thinking about this, man.
Oh fuck yeah! I knew that was my finisher. Hell yeah!
Dude,
Trust me, that's my
that
finisher if I ever.
I have to say this, I was not expecting this tonight. It is 10:52 p.m. as we are recording. That was awesome. You did a whole entire sliding fucking knee like that intense. What is that move called?
Oh, that move is called um,
Final fatality.
it's called the Final Countdown.
The final countdown. Okay. All
Like
right.
the song, it's the final count. Yeah, that song.
Dude.
Cause they
Uh,
count 1, 2, 3. You're done.
Describe your gimmick in one sentence.
Unstoppable.
That's your gimmick. Yeah, but what does that mean?
Like, okay, what's one word?
My gimmick, unstoppable.
My
Okay.
gimmick is like, well, what do you mean?
Like gimmick. Like, okay, so for me, if I was a bad guy, right? If I was wrestler, I would come in like a
Like I'm that heel that no one can beat.
okay, so like you would be like my gimmick. Here's my gimmick, so you get it. Okay. I
Okay.
come in spoiled asshole, complete dick, but I back up what I say and then I come back as like a fucking beast. So like, like
My gimmick is a heel that everyone loves me.
Okay, what's your background?
A heel that everyone loves me. My theme song would be. Let's see what my theme song would. I would come out to definitely a metal song. I'd come out to.
Some sugar man.
Uh,
No. Okay.
shit. What? I gotta think about that one. But my background.
Like, like I'm like you say, okay, your gimmick. You are a heel that everyone likes. Okay, well, great. But who are you? What is your gimmick?
My gimmick.
We like Roman Reigns because he's the head of the table and he backs it up. Why do we like you? You want people to like you? Okay, who are you?
Hmm.
Young Padawan.
I'm. How do I explain?
This is awesome, man. I was
Actually,
not expecting this at all. Go ahead.
actually, I take that back. I would kind of be the heel that everyone hates. Um, I would, I don't want to say something like an MJF, but like, because I wouldn't be like that rich, snotty kid. But I would definitely be like that guy that like walks out there and like just to get the crowd really pissed off, I will go out there, slap the shit out of you, and run back to the locker room and hide behind Tony Khan.
Oh, so you would be like a pussy.
Yeah, I'd be such a pussy.
But then we
And
would.
then
How would we?
when it's match time, I win, and then everyone in the crowd gets extremely pissed off.
Okay. See, I would be like that at first, and then my face turn would be just like I've told you this before, all black. Come out to ACDC back in black.
Ooh,
Fucking just be complete like no more talking, no more showy, no
ooh,
more not just boom. I mean business. Yeah, I was talking before. I don't need to talk anymore because I've already proved myself.
right,
Now I'm back, ready to take over, and I'm not gonna let any heel take over what I've already done. Of
absolutely.
me. So cool. Okay, so you're just you're a Howard babyface that
Hell yeah.
nails the final countdown. Cool. All right. Last question about this. Who is your first rivalry against?
My first rivalry is against Kenny Omega.
I thought you were gonna say Shockmaster.
No, my first rivalry is Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega. And what would
Kenny Omega.
what would can I book it for you? Here would be the issue.
Me versus Kenny Omega, 1-on-1, main event, Arthur Ashe Stadium.
And here's a story. You, Mr. Lee, were a martial arts like young martial arts like extraordinary, like you were up and coming, like you were like the fucking Michael Jackson of fucking martial arts, right? Young, like a talent.
I'm still good at martial arts.
No, but I'm saying like the
Hiya,
story, like
hiya,
well,
hiya.
we can't really see anything, so
Yeah, true.
um yeah, I guess. Here's there you go. There you go, sir. There you go. So you are just like an intense martial arts dude, and you grew up liking Kenny Omega, because you've seen him on independent stuff.
Right.
And the story goes, don't meet your heroes because when you went to meet Kenny, you said to him, "Hey man, I want to be a wrestler. I'm a big martial arts dude. What kind of advice could you give me?" And he was like, "Kid, just don't bother."
You want to know exactly how this storyline would play out. You know how I would want it to play out.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna have to be one of these demonstration moments again.
Oh, here we go. All right.
So I'm walking
Part
to the
two.
ring with my
Okay.
entrance. Omega's in the ring, face to face, standing with Kenny Omega like this, face to face.
Yeah, there you go.
Omega,
Yep.
face to face, crowd's going crazy. We
How
do our,
tall are you, Christian?
I'm 5'10". We do our stare off.
Okay.
We turn around, and then it's and we're going. Oh, we're going. And here comes the AEW officials trying to break us up,
This
and then we break it up, and then we keep going at it again, and then they break us up again, and then we're booked for the main event and the next pay-per-view. It just becomes an all-out brawl, kind of like a Seth Rollins and Riddle, like a type of thing.
dude, you are so it. Yo, this is gonna be an episode that like you have to see. I mean, definitely listen to us on Spotify and Apple Pod. Actually, surprisingly, Apple Podcasts is where most people listen to us. Surprisingly, I was looking at our
Really?
stats.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Okay.
But anyways, but check us out on YouTube. YouTube is different. Like we don't get we get stats on YouTube, but like not through. It's not a podcasting platform.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but through the through the podcasting platforms, Apple Podcasts, and then Spotify is a second. But check this video on YouTube so you can see these demonstrations that I'm going to respect. So yeah, Kenny Omega versus Mr. Chris Lee at what is it, Double or Nothing?
What pay-per-view?
Revolution. Make a revolution. Make a revolution. Dude, you're here to make a revolution, man. This is you are Chris Lee. You are the #1 martial artist, dude. You're done with
I know,
that.
but Double or Nothing's.
Yeah, but fuck it. You are gonna make a name and you're gonna make revolution be revolution. You are gonna make people say, hey, shit, this is the pay-per-view that Chris Lee debuted at. This is
Right.
AEW Revolution. A revolution started at this pay-per-view.
No, Revolution's good. Revolution's good. But my favorite pay-per-view is Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing. I get it. I get it. Respect. All right, like couple last 3 or 4 questions here. Running out of time. If you could have any manager, past or present, who would you have?
I'm gonna say fucking Paul Heyman. I mean, Paul Heyman is incredible on the mic. He's an incredible manager. I was even iffy. He really can work with anybody. I was even skeptical about the whole Roman Reigns thing, and now it's just a fucking beauty. So definitely Paul Heyman, 100%, 100%. I would love to have Paul Heyman as my manager.
The E dangerously. Okay, next question for you off the top of my head. Top tag team of all time for you.
The top tag team of all time for me. I don't want to say the Legion of Doom. I always thought they were booked like shit. As good as they fucking were, I always thought they were booked like shit. I don't want to say the Hardy Boys.
The Twin Towers.
The Twin Towers.
The Hardy Boys?
No, not the Hardy Boys.
Not the Hardy Boys. Okay.
Not the Hardy
I'm surprised.
Boys.
Jeff Hardy's a good wrestler, but not the Hardy Boys.
Not the Hardy Boys.
Edge and Christian. The Dudleys. FTR.
I'm going to say Edge and Christian.
The Hart Foundation. The New Day. The Usos. The Young Bucks. Lucha Bros.
This is such a hard question. I'm gonna say the Hardy Boys. Actually, I thought I wasn't gonna say the Hardy Boys, but I will say the Hardy Boys. I think every single match. I would say Edge and Christian too, but I think that with the Hardy Boys, I think every single match they've been booked, I think they've always executed very, very well. And like I said, they're kind of the godfathers of Extreme. So when it comes to tag teams, so
if you were head of creative, okay, who would you make right now be the WWE champion? There's only one women's champion at this point. And who would you make tag team? So main title.
No mid-card title?
Yeah, you could do Intercontinental.
Okay.
Sure.
So, women's champion, Rhea Ripley. WWE champion, Roman Reigns. No, no, it's time for new champion. I'm going to say WWE champion, Seth Rollins. Tag team champions. I'm going to say
Mic drop. My mic fell.
tag team champions. I'm gonna say the Street Profits
Okay.
and
Respect.
mid-card title. Austin Theory. I would keep Theory as my mid-card champion.
The Street Profits are the tag champions in my universe mode.
Yeah, I would definitely keep the Street Profits. I have Arcade Bro as mine.
Okay. Yeah, I think Seth Rollins is the main champion. He's fighting Cesaro at WrestleMania Backlash for the title. And I think who else am I doing? I told you Johnny Gargano, Chad Gable. I think I'm doing Candice LeRae and Becky Lynch.
Ooh.
I'm doing there's a bunch of other shit that I'm doing. But anyways, okay, so back to you. What is your favorite wrestling video game?
Here comes the pain.
Dude, respect. Wait, here comes the pain.
Or WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008.
Okay, respect. If you could, I have a question for you. This is fun. This could be a fun question. Okay. If you could be me, get ready, for like a time that you weren't around for in wrestling that I was able to witness, right? What would you like? What's the one thing that you could say, Aunt, like, that's cool that you saw that? Like, what moment do you wish that you could kind of have seen when it happened? I guess is what I'm trying to ask you.
Did you watch the WrestleMania where Benoit and Guerrero won the championship in the same
Mhm.
night and then they hugged it out?
Mm-hmm.
I would wish I was alive for that. Because
I saw that. I
wrestlers of all
saw that
time.
twice
Those are two of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
because I
Benoit
saw the
and Guerrero.
I saw well. Okay, true story.
I was alive, but I was so young.
I wasn't able to stay up for the main event. I stayed up for a bit because the main event ended at like 12. And at that
Okay.
point, I was in 4th grade, so I wasn't up at 12.
Right.
But I did see it the next day or two because my neighbors had it. That was a big deal. I mean, Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, two huge wrestlers. Yeah, dude, that moment was a huge moment. That was a great WrestleMania 2, WrestleMania 20. I
Absolutely.
remember where I was. I remember seeing Shane McMahon's baby and Vince being like, where it all begins again. And you're like, oh shit, this is gonna be new. And yeah, it was a big deal, dude. I remember.
It was awesome. Two best friends, it was beautiful. It wasn't
And
just for the
imagine
storyline. It wasn't just for the storyline, it was real life.
think about like your friends that you have and think about going to school the next day and being able to talk about that stuff,
Right.
compared to like, oh yeah, we get to see Brock and Roman. No, we got to see Chris Benoit and Eddie
Absolutely.
Guerrero.
And we won't see that. We won't see anything like that again.
Well, listen, we are almost up. So, do you have any quick question for me before we wrap up? You don't have to if you don't. I'm just
No, I do. What's your favorite, time of wrestling? What was your favorite? Like, what was the match that you watched that was like, oh my God, I love wrestling?
Oh God, that's hard. For me, I think I really like this is really random. There's a couple of them. They're gonna be ones that weren't really for my time. But I really like Brett versus Brett versus Austin at Survivor Series 96. Not the WrestleMania. The WrestleMania 13 is great, but that one. Owen and Brett, Shawn, like there's just so many I could list, but not just like the storytelling matches. Like those are the ones that I really
really like.
Right.
But we'll talk about me later. Thank you, sir. I just wanted to kind of kill a little bit of time.
Thank you for,
everybody.
hey, thank you for this episode. I appreciate it, my guy.
We're gonna do a part 2 with it. We're gonna kill it. So
Hell yeah.
thank you everyone for checking us out. Appreciate Christian. We're glad to have him on. Appreciate you guys for listening. Stay tuned. Stay safe. We'll be back.